Hey, Max here. Some unfortunate, sad,
Breaking news!
sorry, I hesitated with the clip there. But I gotta film this right before I go to bed. Some unfortunate, sad news about the Ayer Cut potential. James Gunn, you know, BTFOing another scooper. Mikey and Syl and backtracking on the Ayer Cut, and Syl, who I still like a lot, and I want to support, refusal to accept an L, which I think is justly coming.
Warning, this video contains rumors, speculation, strong opinions, and
Now, I told you in the past that I am in the middle. I don't care who's right and who's wrong, but I'm going to cover everyone. I have no ill will towards anyone. I still like Mikey Syl. I still like Matt Jarboe. I have friends all over the place. I love everyone. Love to all of you. I want the Snyder Cut or Snyderverse to be restored, if it can, or if there's some type of continuation. That's really all I can ask for. And the Ayer Cut is one up there with one of the things I want to see most in this world. It's just, unfortunately, there's not a lot of possibilities for it. I told you I was going to keep them accountable for the Ayer Cut scoop, that we are at least going to have an announcement by the end of this year. And what I see now is, unfortunately, backtracking. First, it was DC Fandom. Then it was, hey, New York Comic Con is a thing. And now there is a hard backtracking and moving the goalposts that I see of a friend Syl. And the best thing I could get, advice that I could give, whether he wants it or not, is I've had a lot of L's here on Movie Talk. Just accept it and move on, because people believe it anyways. But like, yeah, I didn't get that one right. Even though it's a big one, the Ayer Cut is a big one. Like I've recently said, I just don't see if there's any millions of dollars, even $1 million more that needs to be put in the Ayer Cut. I don't think you can justify it with what happened to the Batgirl production. And I know the people like to say, no one cares about Batgirl, but that's not the truth. People care about Batgirl. They want to see it. And you're not going to be able, it's not going to be good for your public image working on a second version that got a theatrical release of an old movie when you don't complete the one that was almost done, especially for a woman character. And this, I'm not as oblivious, even though I'm for progress, I'm not oblivious that doesn't factor into things. A woman character, a woman hero gets her project shelved, where another director of an existing movie gets to another cut of their project. I just don't see I don't see it happening in the near future. And unfortunately, this looks really bad for the Ayer Cut, because I do think Syl and Mikey know something, and I think there's a reason Syl is distancing himself from Mikey on this one. He doesn't want to take the L. But I want you to comment in the comment section below. Is that fair? A lot in props to Syl. A lot of his membership content, from what I've heard, I don't know firsthand because I'm not a member, is that there's scoops that are supplemented by Mikey and Geekosity. So is it do you accept him distancing himself from Mikey on this one? Or do they both deserve the L? My personal opinion, they both deserve it. But first, let's get to Matt Jarboe's TikTok. I told you I was going to react to more friends in these pre-recorded vids. So here's Matt Jarboe. Was silent all day. He was nowhere to be found on MME, and there was a reason, because he's making he's TikToking. He is TikToking. So I thumbs it up. Here we go.
Frankly, at this point, good.
If you followed any of the nonsense surrounding the DCEU and where things currently are, you've probably heard a lot of rumors coming out of one specific website. That's geekositymag.com, which is predominantly pushed by Mikey Sutton, as well as a YouTuber named Syl Abdul. And these guys are in cahoots to absolutely just grift everybody when it comes to the DC Extended Universe. In a recent scoop, Mikey Sutton had claimed that Warner Brothers wants Will Smith's Deadshot to lead the suicide.
I remember hearing something about this before, where they heard that there were going to be talks to bring Will Smith back. But again, James Gunn said, nope, not happening. Not happening.
Suicide Squad while completely ignoring the James Gunn version. And when asked about it, James Gunn simply said it's not. The reason why this is important is because we've had scoopers for years pushing narratives, and it's good to see directors finally standing up and saying, no, this is not the case. The reason why is because it doesn't then establish false expectations and create angry fanboys when something they're told is going to happen doesn't, by those who are trying to profit off of that hope. The moral of the story is don't trust scoopers. Folks, James Gunn just killed Mikey Sutton's entire career.
No, I think that's hyperbolic. Whoa, I like that image of Matt. Nice pause, Matt. I think that's a little hyperbolic. I don't think his career is over. I think he's going to be less credible depending on where you thought he fell in the first place. I think this Ayer Cut stuff is going to be an L. And I say just take it and move on. Just take it and move on, and then we'll see about the Snyderverse restoring. So far, the only one I could say is a definite W is, as far as I could tell, is Cavill and Black Adam. But we'll see. We'll see. I'm going to cover this consistently. So I don't think it's over. I don't think it's over. But then Casey Mother effing Walsh on Twitter, and I'm very, very critical of Casey, as I'm critical of everyone. Oh, well, here's the actual tweet first from James Gunn. So Yara, who's been making her rounds in the Snyder Cut fandom, I think she does a lot in Snyder Cut Brazil. If I might be mistaken, I'm not sure. Now, Mikey Sutton is saying WBD wants a Suicide Squad 3 with Will Smith leading, but they don't want it to follow James Gunn version. He said Ayer is the front runner to direct it. That's a hard thing for me to believe based on the success of Peacemaker. Basically, if Peacemaker didn't happen, I think it'd be somewhat plausible because Peacemaker exists in all the other series. Oh, there's Matt Jarboe. Where is he? I thought I saw him. Oh, no. All right. And here is James Gunn. Is any of this real? It's not. He said none of it's real. None of it's real. Okay. And then here is Casey Walsh. Let me get to this. Now, these are receipts. I don't know how you could deny this. I don't know how you could spin this, honestly. Here's what Casey Walsh is saying. Notice the change in tone and how quickly he is ready to throw Geekosity under the bus, despite spreading the same lies. Now, I'm not going to go as far and to say it was a lie. I'm not. He might have believed it, but it's not happening. So irregardless, he should accept the L. I'm not going to say he was lying. He might have believed it. So here is from Ayer Cut Suicide Squad 2022. This is from 5/15/22, this video. I got to check that out. And then Ayer Cut 2022, period, with a period. These are definitive statements. You know? These are like, I guess you could kind of weasel your out with say just saying you're hashtagging it and supporting the Ayer Cut. I don't know, because he's responding to release the Ayer Cut. But this first one, Ayer Cut Suicide Squad 2022. Okay. Now this is the one that's most definitive that I don't think you could get away from this one. The other ones you could kind of suggest. I was just supporting the Ayer Cut on Twitter. Someone else was tweeting it. I was saying Ayer Cut 2022, just supporting the hashtag. This one, he says the Ayer Cut is coming this year. But keep the awareness up for the new regime. I don't know how you can spin that. And then this Twitter user, how are the odds looking for the release of the Ayer Cut this year? Haven't heard a thing personally. This is from today. Mikey reports it's coming after BA apparently. That is a significant change in tone. And that should be considered. All right, let me see if there's anything else there. But I want to get your thoughts on this developing story. Ultimately, I really don't want to give Syl an L on this one. But I think he deserves it. And I believe everyone has the right to be criticized. Just don't go toxic on it. I wouldn't suggest he was intentionally lying, but it's not. But so far, it looks like it ain't happening. And he has taken a step back from this and pushing it to the side onto Geekosity and Mikey. Take it for what it is. That's my quick thoughts on this topic. I might cover it more. I know more people will. And I said I was gonna follow these scoops down to their conclusion, and that includes with Black Adam releasing. So if they get Cavill and Black Adam, I think they deserve a W on that one. But the Ayer Cut, which I was very passionate about, I still am passionate about. I think they're wrong, and I hope I'm wrong. And I would gladly accept the L when suddenly they release an Ayer Cut release this year. But I just don't think it's possible with the Batgirl situation. And then it really comes into question the whole restoring of the Snyderverse that Zack is back. And I don't know how you could backtrack on that one either. Talk to you later. Have a good one.